channel. Today I am up with a week's, what weeks did I do last? I did 5 to 6 weeks last, so I was thinking I was going to group the next three weeks in together. So I was going to do week 7, 8 and 9, and then obviously the next video 10, 11, 12, just because I thought otherwise if I do it in twos then these videos are going to go on forever. So let's just jump straight in. My little daughter is actually home today. She's been poorly. She's a lot better now, but just in case we get a little visitor. She's downstairs watching the telly at the moment, but I don't think it'll be long before she comes to find us. She does know that I'm up here filming a video, so I told her that she's welcome to come up if she wants, but she's watching the telly. So let's just jump straight on in on weeks. So just a little recap. Weeks 5 and 6, sort of very struggling to eat food, loss of appetite, feeling sick on and off, cramps, bloated, what else? Just really kind of struggling, to be honest. I did have a little bit of a bleed as well in week 6. So week 7 then, starting from week 7, feeling so drained and ill. This is sort of the point where I started ending up sort of being bedbound, I suppose, as such you could call it. It was sort of on and off. There would be days, so when Delilah, I'm pretty sure, were there holidays? Why was she at home with me? Can't remember. Anyway, she was at home with me, and we'd wake up in the morning, go down and I'd get her breakfast. I'd just have to come up and I'd be like, oh, can we just watch a film in bed, darling? Do you fancy watching a film? And luckily she was very good, bless her, and she was always up for watching a film and cuddling in bed, so that worked out great. But I just felt so drained, so ill. I think it's just because I was really struggling to eat. I just didn't have the energy, and then just constantly feeling sick, constantly feeling like any movement I would throw up. So 7 weeks. I also had another bleed at 7 weeks, and I phoned my midwife, and obviously it was just the same kind of, there's not really a lot they could do. I'd already had an early scan at 5 weeks just to double check that the pregnancy was growing in the right place, so it was unfortunately just a case of kind of sit it out and wait. Also, sorry, I have no idea what is going on with my hair. I'm trying not to use much heat on it, and I washed it last night and I've just brushed it, so just excuse the state and these random bits that are flicking everywhere. So I phoned the midwife, and she said unfortunately there's not a lot that she can do. Obviously with the previous scan that I'd already had, everything was going in the right place, so it was unfortunately just kind of a sit and wait it out. It could end in miscarriage, it could also just be a bleed, and everything could be absolutely fine. So yeah, that was a bit tough, on top of feeling the way I did, and then to have that, it felt horrible. And then this time round, so the last time it was only sort of TMI, but when I wiped, and then it kind of disappeared really quickly. I had a little bit of spotting after that, but it disappeared really quickly. And this carried on with brown spotting on and off throughout the whole week. And I don't know, my mind kind of went to a bit of a worse place because it had lasted a bit longer, and it was the second time I'd bled. So I took another pregnancy test just to double check, because I was just, I don't know, I suppose doubt set in. I'm not gonna lie either, it wasn't just the one test I took. From then onwards, every time I had a little bit, because I did have on and off sort of this spotting on and off for a fair few weeks, and yeah, pregnancy test kind of became my best friend just to double check that everything, that the hormone was still there and baby was still there. So yeah, I got a very strong positive back on my pregnancy test, so that obviously made me very happy. What else have we got? I have almost lost a stone since finding out that I was pregnant. So in about 4 weeks I'd lost a stone due to just nausea, not being able to eat, my appetite just completely disappearing. Breasts more sore, new symptom of backache. So it was really sort of like crampy backache. It was exactly like when you're just about to come on, exactly that kind of backache. It just wouldn't go, and you can't get comfy, and it's just like a constant ache. more cramps and feel like there's something in there now laying down in bed. So not feeling the baby itself, but feeling like, so if anybody's like me, I sleep sort of like half on my belly, you know, with one leg up, like one leg bent and one leg flat, sort of half on my side, half on my belly. And put it this way, it just feels like that there's something almost like stopping me, like it just feels a little bit harder, like it feels like there's something there. So yeah, that was it for week 7. Week 8 started to get a little bit more of an appetite, so my appetite started to pick it up at the beginning of the week, and then I completely lost it. It was almost like, it was like, yes, I got my appetite back, I'm like getting there, I'm getting there. And then it was like my body was like, okay, no, that's too much. And then I just felt so sick the rest of the week. So lost it all again, completely lost my appetite. My weight had become stable though, probably because I'd been able to eat a little bit more at the beginning of that week, so my body was just loving all of that. But then obviously the nausea came back, and that's really all I've got for week 8. It was a bit of a up and down moment for week 8. Week 9, headaches. Oh, headaches. I used to get headaches when I was pregnant with Delilah, and this looks awful. I used to get really bad headaches when I was pregnant with Delilah, but this time around they were awful. They just wouldn't go. I'd have headaches for like days. I'd take paracetamol and nothing. I don't really like taking a paracetamol even when I'm pregnant. I know that they say it's safe too, but if I can deal without, then I'd rather not take any. But I just had to take some, and the headache still didn't go. Sometimes it was a few days, and it's just like, I had one when it was awful, and it was just like every time you moved it felt like your head was just like pulsating. But the other ones were kind of just there, they just wouldn't go away, like just constantly there. But you could carry on with your day, but they were just annoying, you know what I mean? No food is appealing. I thought I was feeling better again, then bam, constant nausea. So the same things, almost the same pattern happened again, but it was kind of a little bit towards the middle of the week. I started feeling better, thinking, oh, I'm actually starting to feel good again now. And then boom, nausea. So when I say that I sort of started to feel really bad again, it was sort of not a case of just like, oh, I feel rough again. It was a case of like on and off, like bed rest, bed bound, not moving, don't move, you will throw up, that kind of feeling rough. It was awful, but I'm so glad to be past that now. Those were the worst weeks for me, so I think it really started from week 6. I had a little bit of it, but really week 7 to week 9 was the worst. I don't know about week 10. I know this isn't technically the week 10. Yeah, so week 10 I was alright. It was from week 7 to 9 that I had the worst nausea and the worst just being drained, no energy. Honestly, every day, just, it felt like weeks. It honestly did. I just couldn't wait to be out of, as obviously I felt so lucky to be pregnant, but at the same time you just feel so drained, and you just can't wait to get past sort of this chapter then, I suppose, if you want to call it that. This sort of, I don't know, you want to get over that little hurdle of feeling the way that you do. And tired, so tired, 24/7, and going to bed tired, waking up tired. So yeah, just absolutely shattered day. Bless Delilah's little heart, she was so good. And Jake was so busy, bless him. I couldn't, like, I'm not one for usually like getting Jake to come home for anything, because I'm quite stubborn like that. I'm quite like, no, I've got this, like I'm fine, I don't need your help, I'm all good. But I was so close, honestly, so many times in those days when I just felt so guilty for Delilah, because I was, oh, there we are. Yeah? What, darling? You finished your smoothie? That's okay, darling. Just pop it on the side and we'll put it in the bin after. Yeah, so where was I? Basically, yeah, just I felt so guilty for Delilah, bless her little cotton. She was good as gold. She was just, it was almost like she knew. She would just be so gentle and calm with me, and she'd just kind of sit with me and ask me, are you alright? Is your tummy okay? Is the baby okay? Is the baby making you poorly? Because we did actually tell her very early on. She was there when we took the pregnancy test. If you've watched that video, then you'll know. So yeah, she's sort of come on this journey with us from the start. So yeah, that's all I've got for weeks 7 to 9. I keep having to think about that. So weeks 7 to 9. My next video will be weeks 10 to 12. And I'm now in the second trimester as well, so I think I'll possibly just do a bit of I'll probably just do a second trimester update, because the symptoms have kind of died down a little bit. I'm still nauseous, but we'll come on to that in that video. It's much better now, but the symptoms have kind of sort of died down a little bit now. There's more so at the first few weeks. So yeah, keep an eye out for that video. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. It means so much to me. I am almost at 100 subscribers now, which just, even though it probably seems so small to some people, it just blows my mind that there's almost 100 of you now. So thank you very much, and we will see you in our next video. Thank you, bye.